21st of December, Rabbi Levitt, Gemorrah.
Mm-hmm.
You mean you're going in and out? Yeah.
Yeah.
There right now.
Okay. Welcome back, Lou and Alan and Roy.
Thank you.
We're still missing Phil. Phil is still in the middle of his Shiva.
No. Phil was here yesterday.
Oh, wonderful.
His Shiva
Okay.
finished.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why he's not here today.
Okay. Okay. So where should we go from? In Bava Kama.
I think we're on page 89A2 someplace. I think we did Tosfos, didn't we? Last thing?
We were in the middle of Tosfos, yeah. The one that
In the
says
middle of Tosfos.
Tam Amai. I forget what the point was, but I remember he started in the middle. He didn't start at the beginning. It had to do with this this idea of the payros and the goof.
What page was that?
Well, it's the Tosfos. It's on 89, but we were up to 89A3. I think at the top, very top of the page.
Okay.
It says rather the discounted amount is words, and words are not mortgaged. I think we were right around there. The left-hand column on the top. Ella Tovach Tovas Hana'a Mile Ninahu. And on the page, it's near the bottom. Ella, it's the last of the narrow lines.
Yes, I've got it. I've got it in the Gemorrah. Yeah.
Which page? Which line is it on the Amud?
The last of the narrow lines begins with Gavu.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So we were saying that the question is how can you say that the woman has no money? The married woman has no money. She can sell her ketuvah contingent on divorce or death for a discounted amount. And so this point about the Tova Hana'a Mile Ninahu is saying that's just words. Nothing exists. You're selling a risk. You're selling the possibility that maybe you might collect if the woman gets divorced or the husband passes away.
Right.
So it's not really something. That's the point that it's making.
Okay.
And then somehow this Tosfos had to do with that, but I don't remember what.
Time of my shalot to hey kala be'enov lahotzia.
Right.
Oh, that's yeah. The mayor says asala adam sheisha is ishto afilu sha'achas below ksuba. Always has to have a ksuba.
Right.
And the Gemorrah said, what's the reason for that time of my kadesh lo tehei kala be'enav lotzia? Gemorrah says the reason is because it should not be regarded by him as a light matter to Lahotzia, to the divorcer, that he has no responsibility. Ksuva is his responsibility.
And then, but then
Okay.
it says if she sells her kasuva in this way, there'll be a creditor, and the creditor will want to collect if there's a divorce. So therefore, it's not a problem because there's still pressure on the husband not to divorce.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, so all right. Okay, so so would you like to continue with this Tosos, or you want to continue with the Gemorrah?
I wouldn't mind continuing with Tosfos.
Okay. All right. So in that case, okay.
So I still haven't found where the Tosafos is.
This is the Tosos Dibra Maskell Taima. It's right in the middle of the page on Peites Amid Aleph. It's the second Tosos on the page.
Pero Defiro Law. Oh, that's the first. Meir Shalosh Sachar. No, that it?
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh. And whereabouts down here, halfway down or something, what?
I'm not sure exactly where we were in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go from the beginning. Let's get a start. We'll start from the beginning, and then we'll proceed from there. Okay, so that's what the Gemorrah says. That's what Tosas is talking about. The Gemorrah said that the woman, that the man is not allowed to be married to his wife without a ksuba. Should not allow that his wife does not have a ksuba. And the Gemorrah said the reason is so that it shouldn't be difficult, shouldn't be a light matter to divorce her. Okay, so let's see what Tosas has to say about this, and we'll start from the beginning. And Lou, would you like to read for us?
The Tema. And Tosfos is surprised. He wants to ask a question here. The Beresh, the Vrish, I don't know what this word is.
Yeah, de beresh, that in the resh, that in the resh is Aramaic for rosh, and Rosh is like Rosh Hashanah, like the beginning of the year. So that the beginning of the name of this parak, Afal Pi.
Afal P is the name of the perich?
Yeah.
Oh, in Kesuvos.
Yeah.
Okay. At the beginning of the perich Afal P in Kesuvos, mashma de lav hayinu tama. We understand that it is not the reason. What is this abbreviation?
The Reb Meir.
It is not the reasoning of Reb Meir, Gabe Ha de Snan Rabbi Meir. It's not the reasoning of Rabbi Meir concerning this that we learned in a brisa by Rabbi Meir, Omer Kol Ha Poseach Hapochas Libe Chola Mam Osim Ule Almana Mimena. So I don't know. I'm not. There's too many words I don't know in this sentence.
Okay. This okay. So Tosfos is saying Tema. It's a wonder what the Gemorrah is saying over here, according to Reb Meir, the Bereish Apul Pi, because we find it in the beginning of this parak in Ksubis, mashma the lav hainu time of the Reb Meir. It would seem that from what the Gemara says over there, that this is not the reason that Reb Meir gives for why it is that a man cannot be without married to his wife without a ksuva. The Reb Meir Gabi Hoda Tanan, in regard to that which it says in a Mishnah. Tanan is the language of a Mishnah that we learned in a Mishnah over there, which looks like it's on Nun Dalet Amid base in Ksubis, 54b in Ksubis. It says in the Mishnah over there, Rabbi Meir Omer, Kol apoches lipsula mimasayim ula almona bimona. Whoever is poches, from the word pachas, which means from the word like pachot, less, to lessen, to diminish, right? A basula, a woman who has not been married before, she generally gets a ksuba, which is a commitment of the husband for 200 zuz, whereas an almana, the ksuba for almana, if she remarries, so the husband is committed himself in the ksuba to 100 zuz. So kol apoches, if that husband in this second marriage to this woman, or in the case of a first marriage, that it's supposed to be 200. If he's poches, if he diminishes that amount of 200 or 100 respectively, hareze bi'ilaso bilasnus, that he lives with that woman is like an act of prostitution. Bilasnus.
Yeah, I'm confused. What does it mean that he diminishes the money?
Instead of committing to 200, I suppose, which is the the amount that Chazal, I guess, instituted that he should be, at the very least, he should be required to pay that amount for the ksuba. He does a ksuba with less than that amount.
In other words, he writes an illegal ksuba.
Yeah, you could call it that, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, it is a ksuba, and but this is what Rebbe Meir has to say about it. Doesn't have very nice words to say about this man that does this.
Now, when it says basula, that's a woman who's never been married before?
Right. I mean, technically speaking, she hasn't lived with another man.
So why does it say 200 or 100? I thought 200 is the appropriate amount for a woman that's never been married before.
Yeah, he's saying the basula matayim, for one who has not ever been married, it's 200. Ula almana, and for one who is an almana, so she's a widow. She was married, and now she's a widow.
Ah, I see. It's two
For
cases.
her, it's 100.
Right. So in other words, by cheating her, it's as if he was with a prostitute.
Yeah, it's a very strong way of saying this is not totally inappropriate for him. This is not, if he's married to her, he gives a ksuba of 200. If it's the first time, it's 200. If it's not the first time, it should be 100 though. And to make it less than that is it's keilu, it's regarded as though he's not validly married to her. It's like a be'ilas nus. Okay, so that it seems as though Tosas is saying that. So what's Tosas tema over here? Our Gemorrah says that the reason it's not talking exactly about the same thing. It's saying that a man I mean this man over here, this Gemorrah in Ksubis, he gave the wife, he gave her a ksuba. It's not like she doesn't have a ksuba. She does have one, but it's not the right amount. Over here in our Gemorrah, we're talking about where there is no ksuba. That's how I'm understanding this this Gemorrah over here. Our Gemorrah here in Bava Kama.
Right. Yeah, that's the way I'm understanding it. That the Rebbe Meir says she cannot sell her kasuba because in that case there'd be no kasuba, and the husband would not have the disincentive to divorce her.
Oh, that's what you mean. That's the case. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so so that's what our Gemorrah says. And that's the case it's talking about. And Tosas brings up this Mishnah in Ksubis about a man who underpaid in the Ksuba obligation to the woman that he's marrying. Okay. Now let's go further in the Tosfos. The Dayak the Gemorrah.
And the calculation of the Gemorrah.
Dayak is the Gemorrah is Dayak means to the Gemorrah Dayak from the Gemorrah. They learn out from the Gemorrah. Dayak the Gemorrah.
Okay, the learning out of the Gemorrah. Kol ha poseach afilu be tanoye.
Afilu betano.
Betano.
Even on a tanai, even on a condition.
Oh,
a conditional.
okay. Anyone who poseach is to open.
Poches.
Poches. Anyone who reduces, even under condition, alma. What's alma?
So we see. An alma with the aleph is with it means so we see.
We see kisabar tanav batel. We anyone who reduces on a condition, we see that the Gemorrah holds that his condition is nullified. The east lay, and there is to him the Kavan, since the Amar La, that he said to her, Leis lecha, there is not to you Ella, there's only to you mana, 100, lo samcha daisa, it should not occur to you v'hayu be be'ilso. What's this? Be'ilso.
Have a be'ilaso.
Be'ilaso. It should not occur to you that the marital relations are like a prostitute. Shema Inan, this that we hear lay from it, the Rebbe Meir, according to Rebbe Meir, bid Rabbanan, that according to the rabbis, Tanav Kayam, the condition is effective. Mashma, we learn from this, de mishum sheyesh la, that there is to her that the condition the condition is upon her. Velo samacha de asa kishamar la, that what is samcha? Oh, daisa, samcha daisa, that you should not think that he says to her, leis lecha ella mana. Should not think that he says to her, you only have 100. Have be ilaso baalas znus. It is that the relations are like a prostitute. Ha im have tanai tano kayam. Here it is that the condition is established. Below haya la klal, and there isn't. She doesn't have anything. Lo haya ba'alaso ba'alas nus, and the relations are not like a prostitute. It seems to be going around in a circle. I'm reading the same thing over and over again.
Okay, let's see what let's try to work this out. Let's try to work this out. Okay, so again, step one, Tosus is in his Dibra Maskil is noting that our Gemorrah has said that what's the reason, time of my, what's the reason that that he shouldn't be married to her without a ksuba, because then it'll be easy to divorce her. And you said, Lou, you mentioned that on account of that, what we mean to say is that therefore she should not sell her ksuba. She's not allowed to sell the ksuba.
Right.
Okay, now, so Tosa says we have an inconsistency over here with what Rev Meir said in the Gemorrah in Ksubis, because this what the Gemorrah is quoting right now in our Gemorrah in Bava Kama is attributed to Rev Meir.
Right.
Tosa is saying that, but he didn't say like that in Ksubis. What is it exactly that he said in Ksubis? So Tosus tells us, Mashmad alav hainu time of the Reb Meir, Gabiha. It's mashma, it's implied that this is not really Reb Meir's reasoning. When we take a look at this Mishnah over here in Ksubis, what's it say in the Mishnah in Ksubis? Tanan, Rebbe Meir, Oimer, Rebbe Meir says, Kol apoches lepsula memasayim ulamona memana. If he reduces the fixed amount that Chazal made for giving a ksuba, the bottom line, the bottom level amount, from 200 for a psula and 100 for a mona, hareza bilos nus. This makes the relationship between them bilos nus. Okay, the Dayak the Gemorrah. Now, this is the point that Tosis is making a big deal of over here. And the Gemorrah learns out from the Gemorrah from the Mishnah over there. Kol hapokes. It says in the Mishnah, kol hapokes. Anyone who's pokes. What's kol coming to include? Kol, the word kol generally means to include all cases, all possibilities. What exactly is the case that the Mishnah means to include by using this word kol in the Mishnah? Tosus records that the Gemorrah says, afilu betano, even if it's done on condition, a conditional diminishing of the ksuba. That is also regarded as bilas nus. That's what Tosus brings to us from the Gemorrah over there in Ksubas. Now, Tosus says Alma, so therefore, we see from there, what do we see? Kesabar, we see that the Mishnah holds over there, and we're talking about Reb Meir. He's the one that said this statement in the Mishnah. Tanoi bottle. Tanoi bottle the Isla. Okay, so what do these words mean exactly? We see over there that the Gemorrah regards the condition that was made as being batal, meaning of no force or effect. The isla, and she will have. Okay. Okay,
I don't
this
get that.
isla,
They will have what? What does that mean?
yeah, this is what I was wondering about over here. I think what we have to do in order to understand this isla over here is we'd have to take a look at what it says in this Gemorrah here in Nun Dalet Amud Beis.
In Kesuvos.
This is in Ksubis, yeah. I get a Ksubis.
Yes. Nun Dalet. Yes. Nun Dalet.
Yeah, so on Nun Dalet Amud Beis, that's the beginning of Perek Afopi.
Oh yeah, I see. Even though.
And what the Gemara is focusing on over here is the words of Reb Meir, which are the last two lines of this Mishnah. Before the Gemara, it says, Rabbi Meir Omer, Kol apoches lebsula mimasayim amana mimana hareze bilas nus.
Help.
Shitamo the tema kitsusa abdoi rabbanan abdu rabbanan shalol levayish esmisha eloi. Let's see when we get to the statement of Rabbi Meir. Oh, okay. So really, what Tosus is referring to over here is in the Gemorrah in Ksubis on Nun Vav Amid Beis.
Oh wow, all the way over here.
Yeah, because the Gemorrah goes in order. First, it takes the first part of the Mishnah, then it takes the next part and the next part, and Reb Meir, he's the last two lines of this Mishnah, so he's the last part of the Gemorrah over here. So you go down about 12 lines on Nun Vav Amid Beis, and you see that the Gemorrah mentions this Mishnah, these words of the Mishnah, Reb Meir Omer Kol Apoches V'chule, surrounded by two dots before it and two dots after it. So that's the caption of the Gemorrah, telling us that right here is where the Gemorrah is going to focus on the words of Reb Meir.
Got it.
So right over here, the Gemorrah says Kol hapoches, this that he diminishes the fixed amount in the ksuba, afilu b'tano, even if he does so on condition. Now, what does that mean? Kol hapoches afilu b'tano. Here we have a Rashi, and by the way, the Gemorrah says after that, Alma. So we see that according to Reb Meir, Kesaber Tanoi Batul, he holds that the Tanai is null and void, the Isla, and she has.
Same exact words.
Same exact words. Tosfos is quoting the words of the Gemorrah.
Oh, maybe it means that the condition is batal and she gets the full amount of the ketubah.
Well,
That can't
if
be.
that would,
He wrote it for a reduced amount. He writes, I'm giving you 150 instead of 200 on condition that I'll do the dishes. So that means, that the condition is batal. Whether or not he does the dishes, she still gets 200.
well, let's see over here. Let's see what Rashi. There's a Rashi over here. Kol hapoches afilu b'tano.
Got it.
Says Rashi. Kol hapoches afilu b'tano. Midalo tana kol basula. She'ein lo masayim. Yamana she'ein lo mana. Arezu be'ilas nus. Shmamina. The hachi ashmeina. Nafu pisha he goiva. Livasof. The ein tanoi kayom. Afilu hachi. Kevin mikara asne. Kari lo be'ilas nus. Mishum. Mishas bia. Loi have somcha daita aksuva.
Easy for you to say.
Okay, so let's just okay. Let's say what Rashi said here so far. This is a puzzle over here, and we have to put all the pieces in the puzzle before we get the picture. So
In 3
Rashi
minutes.
is saying in 3 minutes. Okay. So Rashi says over here like this. Rashi says, Shma Mina, we hear out from here that the Hachiyash Me'inen, that in Afopi Shehi Goiva Levasof, even though she's going to collect it in the end of the day, the Ein Tana Kayam, because the Gemorrah says that this Tanai that this husband made is not Kayam. It doesn't it's null and void. It doesn't exist literally. Nevertheless, afilu hachi, kevan demikara asnei, since at the outset he did make this tanai, he made this tanai, kari la be'ilas nus. The Reb Meir calls it a relationship which is based upon znus. No, it's not it's kilo, not a marriage. Why? What's the reason? Now Rashi gives us the reason. Mishum, because the Mishas Bia, from the time that they were
reading.
I'm just I'm reading the words of Rashi over again and translating them. And now we're
my Rashi begins with midalo. Did you read that already?
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just getting to the bottom line over here. That it's a bit that Rashi's pointing out is that, first of all, Rashi's pointing out that the Gemorrah said that the Tanai is of no force and effect what the husband said, the Isla, and she's going to get, according to the halacha, she's going to get the ksuba. But the other thing, though, that Rashi says, which is the more important thing, is that, well, if that's so why is it called bilas nus? Why is it called that the relationship between them is one of znus, not one of marriage? Marriage is based upon ksuba. Why is it called that she has it's tantamount to saying that she's engaging in relations with him without a ksuba? Why is that? He gave her a ksuba. We said that he gave her a ksuba, and even a ksuba on condition. The whole condition is null and void, and isla, and she has a ksuba. But why does Reb Meir say it's called bilas nus? So Rashi explains, which I think is the next words of the Gemorrah that Rashi is foreshadowing, that we didn't read yet, but we did actually see those words in Tosfos. Rashi says, "Mishum de mishas bia loy have samcha daita aksuba," because from the time that she was together with him, meaning like from the outset, lo have samcha daita. This means that she was not somech daita. She did not rely in her mind. Somech is to rely on, to depend upon. Somcha daita, she was not somcha daita aksuba, on that ksuba. It goes according to her das and her recognition, according to Reb Meir. Her recognition is that, oh, that's what he wants to do. That's the type of tanai that he wants to make with me. This is not even this whole thing is a joke. This is who knows if I'm ever going to get anything out of this guy. And so therefore, lo samcha daita aksuba. She doesn't rely on receiving the ksuba. It's in her mind, it's as though she has no ksuba. And so therefore, says Reb Meir, you know what this is called? This is called living with this woman in a way of znus. That's what Meir is saying. It's like she has no ksuba, because she's not relying on it. Lo samcha daita means she's not relying with her das with her mind on receiving this ksuba. Okay, I guess that's the amount of time that we have for today.
I'd like to go over this Rashi again, because I didn't follow you.
Okay, very well.
I don't get the idea that she's not relying on it, since we said she does have it. I'm very confused.
Why is it that she should feel that way?
It says Havale, that the condition is null, and she has the ksuba. So why do we say she's not relying on the ksuba?
Yeah.
Maybe we can go over it again and
Okay.
help me understand that.
Very good.
Okay, thank you, Rabbi. Welcome back again. Glad
Thank
you
you.
made it.
Good to be back.
Big relief that you made it.
Baruch Hashem.
Okay,
Asli Hashem.
see you tomorrow. See you, Roy.
Ezrat Hashem.
Alan.
Everybody be well.
4 o'clock.
Alan, we're going today at 4, right?
Well, right. Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All two. Bye.